A game should have been a 7-point game in the fourth quarter, with an opportunity in the fourth quarter to win the game. And we uncharacteristically, amongst a lot of things that were going on in that game, we turned that ball over unnecessarily in the fourth quarter to make that a 14-point game, which it had no business being. And that's upsetting to me. We were inconsistent on offense, goes without saying. There was moments where you saw some things that it's like, that can go against a pretty good defense. But I felt in the second half we would come out, I thought we would play a pretty good second half. That was what I thought. And we played from the 5, from the 10, from the 20, from the 15. We've got to get better field position out of our punt return team. That didn't happen. So we're on the long field. Of course, Darius has got hurt. We fumbled the ball. We had a couple of critical penalties that put us behind the change down in distance. And that's where it is. I felt like in the second half we needed to have great field position, get some momentum, because there was some plays to be made. We were starting to get a few little, to me, a few bubbles of something getting going. And every time it was either a penalty or something going on that just, and we're not good enough against that kind of team to go 90 yards. I mean, there's only a 10% chance that people are going to score touchdowns from your own 10. So compound that with who we're playing and who we are, how young we are. We lost Darius. I don't know how serious that is, but it doesn't look good. Frank Taylor was out of the game in the second half, which we had freshmen in the game, and we had some real issues at that point up front. There was early on there was some we were hitting a couple plays, not hitting a couple plays, herky-jerky against a pretty big, powerful front. Kind of about what I thought it would be, but once we had that injury, it got chaotic up there. There was too many missed blocks, too young, and and then of course losing Darius was tough at that point in time. So we played a good football team. Again, 217 total offense for Florida State, 195 for Boston College. 2 turnovers for BC, 6 yards, 6 penalties, 66 yards for BC. A game should be a 7-0 game in the fourth quarter with a chance to win it, and we didn't get that done. We didn't allow that to happen, and that's bothering me. We'll go back to work. We'll assess our injuries. We'll assess where we are at that point, make a determination of what we feel we need to do to be able to have success. As I told the team downstairs, and I'll say it to you, our team was a tough football team. Very tough. Played hard, played physical, played tough. That happened on the field today now. And I don't sugarcoat anything with anybody. Played hard, played physical, played tough. And it's just a shame that we had to put the ball on the ground in the second half, which didn't need to be on for no reason. We're a tough physical play, with that kind of physicality, with that kind of grit and that kind of toughness, there'd be a lot of opportunities for us. We've got to grow up, we've got to mature, and we've got to be able to make the plays that are available to us. And we didn't do that today offensively. There were some plays available and we didn't make them. And I can't wait to get on the film and really see the details of that. But the Boston College football team played really, really hard today. And you can grow off of that. If that's your foundation, I'll take that and grow from it. Take that and move and grow. And that's what I told the team. Any questions?
Steve, comment on their opening drive and the defensive response afterwards.
I mean, they had an opening drive. We fell down one time. I think we fell down. I think they hit us on some reverse or something. They were able to go down the field. We had a couple issues. It looked to me like they were throwing some quick game and knocking us off our feet a little bit. And then after that drive, they didn't have any offense left. It was a defensive game, both ways, a defensive game. So that's what happened on the first drive. It's just a couple of hit us with a reverse and we fell down. But that game, that was back under control again right after that. You got to have field position, and we never had it. Okay, and we got to go back and take a look at why. And I think I know why. It's a combination of penalties, miscues, and I think our punt return is something we got to get going. We got to get more out of it. And I got to take a look at why that is. But there's One team had 217, the other team had 109. The difference in yardage was like, 25 yards of offense was the difference between Florida State and BC today. That's the difference in yardage today, okay? And they had the short field, and we had the long field. So, I mean, at one point when that ball rolled down to the 1 yard line, I said to myself, good Lord. I mean, that's and we actually got a first down, but, makes it tough sledding on top of everything else that we've already talked about. It makes it really, really tough sledding. That's tough sledding.
Steve, in addition to or as part of that field position, you were trading punts, and you also had, right before your turnover, a big chance to capitalize on one of their muff punts. Is that kind of what you were looking for in terms of trying to flip the field right there? Missed chance?
There are certain plays that are available to you when you play good teams, and you've got to get those plays. There's certain plays that become available, and we weren't making those plays, and you got to make them. The muffed punt, you got to get that ball. We got to flip the field. I thought we had him for a safety, and somehow he came out of that safety. That was another missed opportunity right there. I mean, give credit to Golson. I thought he played a great game today. I thought he was he might have been a little bit of a difference in that game. He kept, we were playing great defense. He kept plays alive, and he was pretty accurate early, I thought. And then in the end, he was making plays when they were broken. I mean, at one point, I think I saw a sprint out pass that I thought we had him dead to rights, and he just came right back against the grain. And there's a small margin in these deals. 217, 195.